Okay. Okay. Hey guys. Hello. Hi, Monty. Hi, Amanda. All righty. Are you guys ready to get into this evil eye removal? I am so ready. I am so ready. We have a few things we're going to get into tonight. I'm so excited. When was the last time we did a live ritual? It's been some time, so I'm really excited. Hey! All right, the screen is down here, so I'm like looking at you guys coming in, seeing your guys' comments. Hello! I'm so excited for tonight. We are going to get rid of this fuckery. We're letting it go, releasing it, returning it back to where it belongs. I'm so excited to get into magic with you guys tonight. When was the last time we did a live ritual? My God, it was really, I think, in the winter time, if I'm not mistaken. Everything's kind of been secret in the coven. So I'm excited. Okay, so before we get into stuff, I want to just remind you guys real quick, just since we're like right here starting off into the intro, we do have the candle magic workshop coming up on the 12th. Right now, if you guys join the candle magic workshop, you'll be able to just immediately start taking the course. It's a 3-day study. Okay, so let me show you all of what's in this candle magic workshop. Add to the stage. For you guys so that you guys can see it really good, but it's the glow up. It's saying that it's removed. I don't understand. Add to the stage, and I don't know why this Second is just getting a candle worked. I'll be working candles for everyone there that joins the Crown of Success. There we go. And so there's two ways you can join through this workshop, the glow up, and perform the ritual with me. What is my son saying to me? He's texting me something. Why? Sorry, guys. Oh, okay, I see what he's talking about. His headphones are connected. Sorry, guys. Okay. I hope that his shit is off. But the Candle Magic Workshop is linked to the Crown of Success, and I will be working candles like I've done here with this ritual for the Crown of Success as well. So you can join that way where I'll work the candle for you for 13 days. That will be on the 21st. But if you join the Candle Magic Workshop, you're already involved in that ritual, but you'll be performing it with me. Now, if you're in the coven, you have the option of doing both, me working a candle for you and also participating in the workshop and the Crown of Success ritual. I don't know why he's telling me his headphones are connected. And I've been having so many issues today, you guys. It's ridiculous. I push disconnect. Okay. So sorry, of course, everything has to start happening while I'm trying to talk about everything. But check out the Candle Magic Workshop. It starts on the 12th. Okay. Again, 3-day study. We're going to study everything candle magic. I am instructing the basics, which is a lot. And then on the 3rd day, we perform the Crown of Success ritual. I'm really excited. Like I said, if you join now, everything is live. You can begin to study candle magic. And then on the 21st, it'll be going down for our Crown of Success. Okay. Now, I don't want to, like, you know how I ramble and things kind of like linger. I don't want to linger. So I want to get on with this. I don't know why. Okay, it's not connected. Good. Hopefully his headphones are not connected, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help him if it's still not acting right. Okay. Okay, so let me see. Do I have anything else I want to show you guys? Okay, so with this evil eye energy, let me show you guys our little setup. Okay, hold on. So here is our beautiful candle, and here are the candles right here. All the participants of tonight's ritual. We have a really large group. You can't even see all of the candles here. A really large group with this ritual, but this is our main candle here that will be lighting up tonight to remove this evil eye energy. I'm just so excited. I love getting excited and getting the energy going. You know, so you guys get excited to like get this energy out. Okay. I am so ready for this. Okay, so where's my for today, we are going to be tapping into ancient technology. You guys, if you're new here, let me just explain a little bit. Okay, if this is your first time doing a live ritual with me, we've been doing these live rituals over the last 2 years together. And I like to take you guys on a journey. My introduction, like the beginning of really like me getting serious about witchcraft, about my magic, was my entry into that was really shamanism. So I always like to take you guys, and I just love that for me. And I love that I'm able to share this with you guys because being able to use these instruments, your mind, your body, your breath, these are the instruments, the key components, the foundational components of magic. Okay, so I'm going to, tonight, we're going to be dealing and working with some ancient technology, which is journeying through the psyche. I'm going to take you through a journey through the psyche and psychologically trigger us all to remove this evil eye energy from our auric field. Okay. So Also, we're going to be using some mudras tonight. These are hand spells, basically. Okay, so we'll be doing some movements with our body, with our hands to remove, facilitate this energy outward and out of our energetic field. Okay, so we'll be using some mudras, which are basically hand positions, hand spells. We're going to get into some mudras. We're going to work with the chakra systems. You guys know me. I work with the chakras. Okay. These are the portals of self. So mainly we'll be working with the crown, with the third eye. Spirit was really telling me the heart chakra, as well as the solar plexus. We're dealing with evil eye, and evil eye is really an attack on the crown and on your solar plexus. It can also attack other areas of our life, you know, other chakras within you, like maybe money, that would be your root, you know. But mainly Spirit was really telling me like there's a huge attack on the heart chakra and of course the solar plexus and the crown. So we're going to be really working within those realms and activating those. We are also at the end of our ritual. I want to do a solar plexus activation, okay, to get our solar plexus up and going again. We performed this ritual last year. It was so powerful. And so we're going to do it again. Okay. Now, the two scriptures that we're going to connect with tonight is Psalms 9 and Psalms 59. So if you guys have a Bible, you guys can get your Bible, or you can just listen to me. I will be playing an audio that I like to listen to when I am using these scriptures. I like to create like psychological triggers and trance-like, you know, audios for myself. So I'm sharing this with you guys. And so I'll be playing these scriptures while I work with our candles and getting our candle together. But those two scriptures again is Psalms 9 and Psalms 59. So like I said, we're going to get into some ancient technology, which is connecting with our inner psyche, taking a journey and doing a deep meditation visualization tonight to activate this energy, to charge our candles, to charge this energy in our life, okay, which is evil eye energy removal. We'll be releasing this energy tonight with this ancient technology. I don't want you guys to be afraid to use your body, to use your breath, to get, you know, in it. Lose yourself in the visuals tonight, okay? Because the more the merrier, the more the more powerful, okay? So hopefully, okay, I think his headphones did disconnect. I'm like, look, I'm busy, okay? Kids, they don't like when I'm busy. But yes, I'll be reading from the Jewish version. This is my favorite version to read from. So you guys can get your Bible, or you guys can just listen. You know, the book of Psalms is basically like a book of spells. And I really connect with it. I practice hoodoo. I am a chaos witch, okay? Which is really meaning that I use spiritual practices and rituals and systems of magic that works for me. Okay. And so I like to kind of combine everything, shamanism, hoodoo, like, you know, everything. So I'm very all over the place, but that's because the way that I practice is very chaotic. And it just makes sense to me. And I'm happy that I'm able to share this with you guys here tonight. Okay. So you guys should have your protection candle, you participants here in the ritual. And this live will be up. I know some people weren't able to make it. And it will be up for you guys to watch and participate in the ritual. Remember, these rituals are timeless. Okay. But you guys should have a protection candle. I have a white candle here for us for protection. So I'll be lighting this for protection tonight. I'll do that in a moment. And you guys should have your oil, your protection oil that you created for this ritual, you participants, okay, of the evil eye removal. You guys should have gotten your instructions with your confirmation email, and It gives you a recipe. I'm also going to reveal a recipe here in this ritual tonight, an evil eye herbal mix that you guys can use at your in your candles at home. Okay, so I always like to kind of instruct and teach and share magic as we conduct magic together. Okay, so pay attention. You might want to get a piece of paper, a notepad, or a pen so you guys can jot down these herbs that I will give to you guys so that you guys can make your own herbal mix at home. Okay, now let me just share a little bit of the things that we have here tonight. Okay, you have your oil. Good. Yes. This is actually my oil that I made from last year's ritual. And, you know, I use it here and there. You know, I do many different things with evil eye energy. But this is the same oil that I made last year. So I have it. I was like, I'm gonna bring it out. You know, I've used a bit of it. But I also will be using a different oil for tonight with our collective candle that I made specifically. Do you see how red that shit is? Powerful. Okay, so let me show you guys what we have for our ritual tonight. First off, and you know what, you guys? We have some visitors. Of course, we have some monitor spirits. The flies are here. Okay, so if they make their appearance, that's okay. We like it when they show up, especially, you know, when they're hiding and lurking and they want to show up and watch while we conduct our magic. That's just perfect because it's going to help. I'm talking about the monitor spirits. You know how they call flies monitor spirits. So, you know, it's really great when they show up because it's easy for us to tap into their energy. Okay, but we have our evil eye candle here. This is the collective candle that I will be burning tonight for us. Okay, so I'm going to put it over here so that I can start working with it. I'm also going to be using a mirror. Okay, crazy. I have flies in my home. It's so crazy because, you know, and my studio is very much like under construction. I have so many different like tabs open up in my brain. The Coven really takes a lot of my time. My babies take a lot of my time, you know, and the YouTube. And it's just like I'm trying to get my studio together. It's like half done. If you guys can see, if I can kind of show you guys a little bit. See, I'm doing this renter's hack with wallpaper. So it's not completely done right now. And then I have something else going on that side. But anyways, tonight I have a mirror, a black mirror for our projection tool. Mirrors are a tool of projection. We'll be mirroring this energy right back, sending it back to where it belongs. Okay. So we have a mirror here. I have some oils. I also have some herbs. I'm going to get into that tonight too. Let me open up my Bible to Psalms 9 so I could be prepared. Okay. Yes. Psalms 9. I just love Psalms 9. That's a beautiful verse. Okay. So we have that. I also like to work with animal, insect, plant magic. I wasn't able to get last year. I brought plants out from outside to kind of, you know, plant spirits, brought them in to the ritual. And I kind of hate that I wasn't able to do that, but maybe I'll do that for the participants. You know, all these trees surrounding my house are for protection. I was researching them last year and they're all good for protection. So I'll probably do that, but I ended up finding a hornet's nest. So I'll be putting this in. If you know, then you know. We're going to be using a hornet's nest tonight in the candles, okay? In the collective candle and in our participant candles as well. Hornet's nest is really great for protection, baneful protection magic. So we're putting that in there. I always like to make my protection baneful. I do. I like to make my protection magic baneful because it's just. I have the right to protect myself. Okay, so also I really want you guys to start thinking right now about that evil eye energy. I want you to start thinking about it. Okay, start thinking about who has been sending you evil eye energy, the mishaps, the trip ups, the frustration, the obstacles. There's just like one thing after another, you know. I want you to start thinking about that energy right now. Okay. While I start to prepare for us. Okay. All right. Yes, the flies, you know, it's so crazy because in like what I was saying, I got trailed off with all the friggin' stuff that I'm doing in here. But the flies, you know, it's like they have not been in here all month, all year. They have not been in here. But today, when I'm doing the evil eye energy, here they are. Like, here they are. And it's like, I was just like thinking, like, yeah, you know, magic, they come through, you know, that energy, the magic. It comes through the most open avenue that it can come through. You know, that's how magic works. It doesn't just it finds the easiest pathway into your life. Okay. um and so like, you know, wasn't having no flies in here, but my man came in here and started doing stuff and had the garage open. This is where my studio is, in my garage. And you know, now they're here. I'm just like, he was like, sorry, I left it open. And I'm just like, of course. Okay, so let me show you guys some of the herbs. I'm going to get ready here. Okay. And get these herbs and start grinding them up. Okay. See here. Okay, yeah, let me start with these first. The first thing that I'm going to be putting in our herbal mix. Oh my God. They've been just like kind of attacking me too. I killed a couple of them before I started, and now I feel like there's more. I'm just like, whatever, they're showing up, you know, they're showing up. And whatever, you know, they can be here and it'll just be easy to tap into their energy, you know, the monitoring spirits. It's just gross. They're really gross, yo. But I actually collect flies too to put into like wards, you know. I collect flies and I put those haters with the fly guts. So the first thing that I'll be using tonight is some dragon blood. Okay. Dragon blood is really great for magic potency. So making your spells more powerful. It's also a great resin to use when you are wanting to connect with the divine. So I'm going to put some of that to make this spell very powerful. I'm putting it in first because I'm going to grind this up, some of the hard stuff first, before I put some of my green in here. Okay. Yeah. These flies need to go. They need to go. So I put some dragon blood in here. Now the second thing I'll be using is some High John the Conqueror root. If you know, this shit is very powerful. I'm putting this in. All of the stuff that I'm going to be using tonight is going to be for evil eye energy, repelling enemies, clearing negativity, clearing the blockages, all of that. And when we are wanting to take control, because tonight's ritual is going to be very much focused around taking control, taking domination over this evil eye energy. This is our motherfucking space. And so we're going to cast it away. We are commanding it away. And High John the Conqueror is really great for that type of energy. Okay. It is great for domination and to take control. Okay. So we are putting that in. I like to use my scissors to kind of like, this shit is hard, you know? I'm going to put a little bit of High John the Conqueror root in there. Powerful root. Okay. What else? What else? What else? What else I got? Okay, I'm also going to be using some mustard seed. Okay. Mustard seed is really great for baneful protection, repelling, shooting your enemies down. Okay. So we're going to be putting some mustard seed in there also. Okay, what else I got? Oh, yes. Like I said, the herbs that we're using tonight is going to be clearing, cleansing herbs, clearing herbs, repelling negative energy and enemies and evil eye, and domination. That's basically the energies that I'm working with tonight. I'm going to be using some clove as well. Clove is really great for domination as well, and it's also great for protection. Okay, clove, don't fuck around with clove. Okay, clove will have your ass on the flow. Okay, so we put some clove in there. I'm also going to be using some, now all of these green herbs are really for cleansing and repelling negative energy, repelling haters, okay? Repelling the enemies, getting that evil eye energy out, unblocking, clearing away. So I'm putting some lemon balm, in here for that. I'm also going to do some sage. Good old trusty dusty sage. We're going to put some sage up in this bitch. Oh, yeah, let me start grinding this. Really wanted to get the, you know, the cloves, the resin. So how are you guys? Are you guys ready? I want you guys to really get into the energy and start thinking about that hater ass bitch, jealous ass bitches that just can't stop talking. Okay. Grinding it up. Can you give me a quick psychic reading? You can book me. I have a 2-for-1 sale going on right now. All summer. And once the fall comes, it's done. I gave you all of spring, all of summer. You get a 2-for-1. 2 60-minute readings with the queen. Okay, so I'm just grinding it up a little bit, you know. Hi, John the Conqueror, the cloves, the mustard seeds, and the dragon blood can be kind of hard. And so, you know, I'm just getting that in. Okay, so I'm going to put my trusty dusty sage in here. Of course, we all know what sage does. Sage is really great for clearing the energy and also connecting to the spirits, getting guidance from the spirits. Okay, so I'm putting sage in for that because our spirit guides are going to get these motherfuckers up and out. You know, and let me tell you, the haters and the jealous ass bitches and the weirdo bitches have been exposing themselves. Like, I cannot tell you. Like, it's so crazy. Like, you know, I am a tarot reader. I'm a seer. I have downloads and then I bring them to you guys and I let you guys know what's up. I give you guys the messages, right? And the way that spirit works through me is through like my own experiences, right? So when I'm doing a tarot reading, I'm talking about, you know, the energy just comes through my own experiences. So I talk a lot about my experiences and stuff. And it's so crazy. You can be talking about somebody in your family, right? And bitches think that you're talking about them. And then they start exposing themselves. It's so crazy. So crazy, you know. Okay, so I'm putting in hyssop. Hyssop is such a good herb to use when you're wanting to clear your energetic field, do cleansing work, okay, and protect your work. So we're putting that in there for that. A little bit of hyssop. And then lastly, some eucalyptus, okay? Why is 3 flies sitting in a row? Wait, what? Why is 3 flies just sitting on my wall? Okay, yeah, the flies are they're so crazy right now. And I was just tripping out earlier, like, wow. Okay, so I'm putting in eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is great. Did I put in peppermint? Where's my peppermint at? Okay, yeah, I gotta put peppermint leaf in. Put in peppermint and eucalyptus. It's gonna be a big batch and I'm just gonna store it away. Please put it in the candles and then store it away. This will be for evil eye. I think I'm gonna actually need it. I think I'm gonna actually need it in a couple months, you know, do maintenance. But I'm gonna put some peppermint in for cleansing the mind, the crown chakra. Spirit told me that, you know, it needs to be put in for the crown and the third eye. Maybe a little bit of the throat too, you know, to clear those energies, clear the evil eye. Like some of you guys, they don't want you speaking. They don't want you thinking clearly, you know, and you know, in my coven, a lot of you guys have reached out. The girls in the coven, you know, are just like a lot of people in the collective right now. I want people to know that it's kind of hard and it's heavy on everybody right now, you know. Okay, so I'm grinding this up. I'm going to be grinding up these herbs. You know, the energy is really heavy, and this is why it's so important that we do this maintenance on self, you know, clear up, get the energy out, okay? Because we're already dealing with a lot. Everybody's kind of going through an identity shift. They're figuring out who they're going to be for the next couple of years, okay? And so that's why it's really important. I was preaching this a lot in the beginning of this year and the ending of last year, that, you know, is you got to find your space in the collective. You got to find your communities. You got to find your true people, your true family, you know, because things are shifting. We see it outside of our homes, you know, in the collective, out into society. We see things shifting and things kind of like just getting real wacky. And this is the time to be really conscious and intentional with where you are placing yourself and where you're placing your energy. Okay, so I have all our herbs. Okay. But I just want you guys to know the energy is all heavy right now. Everybody is feeling this heavy energy. Okay. Yeah, it's like starting over again. And like I've been feeling the same way too. You know, I've been feeling the same way too. Feeling like, you know, it's time to figure out who ADIE is now, you know, and you know, choosing what I want to invest in. You know, a lot of you guys are wanting to know, like, what should I truly invest in? What am I going to be doing for the next couple of years, you know? And so everybody's going through this. Like I said in those, I did a couple collectives, like everybody's going through some type of identity shift right now. Even the haters, they're waking up and they're realizing that they're not who they said they were, that they've been fake. And even us, the ones that are the good ones, right? The chosen ones. I don't like that. I don't like that that phrase. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like us. Like we are also going through it. We're waking up and saying, wow, I haven't really been living up to my potential, you know? Or I don't feel like this aligns anymore. So this is why it's really important, because everybody is, you know, when people are going through identity shifts, us collective, we're going through an identity shift, and the jealousy energy is going to be at a high, at all high, because like us, we're taking accountability of our energy and we're choosing what we need, what we want to be. We're stepping up to the plate. And those people that have been frauds and fakes and liars and have been living a lie, they're going to be jealous of the ones that are actually stepping up and being authentic. Okay. Anyways, let's just get on with it. All right. But this is important to do this type of energy, because a lot of you guys could be feeling it because people see what you really have in you. And you got that dog in you. You really got that beast. You got that, you know, authentic energy. And some people have not been authentic, you know, and they hate because they don't know themselves. They spent a long time, and it's like us, the ones that are kind of like stepping up to the plate or beginning to change and shift and align with what really feels like us, you know, in a way, we have been kind of untrue to ourselves too, or untrue to the world, because we're holding back. We're not stepping up and doing what we know we could do. That's a lot different than leading on, telling lies, scamming people, acting as if you are a good person and you're really not. That's completely different. So there are the same, like both sides of the spectrum are feeling it and are experiencing kind of like the same energy, but it is kind of projected out differently, if that makes sense. Okay. But that's why it's important for us to do this type of maintenance. Okay, so like I said, I have our evil eye energy, or evil eye removal candle. This candle is great for evil eye removal. return to sender, which we're going to be doing tonight. We're removing this and we're returning it back to sender. And this is also great for evil eye transmutation, okay? Transmuting that evil eye energy. All right. So we'll be doing that. I'm going to be fixing our candle, okay? And then it'll be going on top of this black mirror. Like I said before, this is a tool of projection, okay? So it'll be sitting on top of this mirror. I will not be lighting any of the participants' candles. I will be working with your guys' candles off camera later on, okay? But we'll be doing this tonight. And this will be your homework. I always, you know, when you're working with a practitioner, I'm also a teacher, so that's why I like doing these lives and teaching the collective how to tap into their divine energy and utilize it and really do magic. You know, I don't feel like a lot of people are really instructing as in-depthly how to use your natural born ancient technology that is instilled in you. Okay, so you know, when I do these rituals, when you work with a practitioner, you want them to tell you to do something. You know, you want to be collaborating with that practitioner. So this tonight, this ritual is your guys' homework. This is what's going to connect you to this ritual, okay? What we're about to get into right now. Now, this part of the ritual is probably going to take about maybe 15 to 20 minutes, okay? So we're going to get really started now. All right, so now, like I said, we're going to read from Psalms 9. I have a little audio that I like to listen to when I'm working with my herbs or when I'm just in meditation, sitting with my candles, dancing, or just chanting or whatever. I like to listen to these audios that I create for myself. So I'm going to play it for you guys. You guys can close your eyes and listen to it. I'm just going to do a little bit more with our herbs and fix our candle while that audio of Psalms 9 is playing. So you can close your eyes and begin to just connect with the divine, call in your guidance, call in your guides, and get prepared to do this work tonight, okay? I'm going to go ahead and play it.
I praise you, O Yahweh, with all of my heart. I declare all your wonders. I rejoice and exult in you. I sing praise to your name, O Most High. When my enemies turn back, they stumble and perish before you. For you executed my right and my cause. You sat on the throne judging in righteousness. You have rebuked the nations. You have destroyed the wrong. You have wiped out their name forever and ever. The enemy is no more, ruins everlasting. And you have uprooted the cities. Even their remembrance has perished. But Yahweh abides forever. He is preparing his throne for judgment, and he judges the world in righteousness. He judges the people in straightness. And Yahweh is a refuge for the crushed one, a refuge in time of distress, and those who know your name trust in you, for you have not forsaken those who seek you, O Yahweh. I sing praise to Yahweh who dwells in Zion. Declare his deeds among the peoples, for he remembers the seekers of bloodshed. He does not forget the cry of the afflicted. Show favor to me, O Yahweh. See my affliction by those who hate me. You who lift me up from the gates of death, so that I declare all your praise. In the gates of the daughter of Zion, I rejoice in your deliverance. The nations have sunk down in the pits which they have made. In the net which they have hid, their own foot is caught. Yahweh has made himself known. He has done right ruling. The wrong is snared in the works of his own hands. Meditation. The wrong return to Sheol, all the nations that forget Elohim. For the needy is not always forgotten, neither the expectancies of the poor lost forever. Arise, O Yahweh, do not let man prevail. Let the nations be judged before your face. Put them in fear, O Yahweh. Let the nations know that they are but men.
this. Gotta be careful with this oil. I'm putting in some vanishing oil into our collective candle. Okay. Okay. That scripture has charged the light. Okay. So I have our candle. It is, I want to put a little bit, actually a little bit more in here, this vanishing oil. Yes. You know, when you study shamanism, it's just like you realize how much is really out there. And when I say out there, I mean inside your mind. Like, and that's what we're going to get into right now. Okay. Now, I have our candle. It is now, you see how red that shit is? This shit is powerful. Okay. Got some chili flakes in that oil. And this shit has been sitting for a long time, this oil that I'm using. My vanishing oil. And I have our herb mix in there. And I have a lot left over, which I'm just going to put it over here so that it can, let me see, does that block? It does. So, oh yeah, let's put a little bit of our hornet's nest in our candle as well. So I'm going to just take a tiny bit off and put it inside for that baneful protection that is just. Okay. Save that. All right, so I have our candle. Now, we're going to open up the cross of creation just real quick. We're going to do just an opening ritual to set us up so that we can go in and create what we want here tonight, which is to release and remove and return to sender this evil eye energy. So I want you guys to close your eyes. Okay. Close your eyes. Begin to breathe. Take a couple moments to center yourself with breath. Okay. Slow breathing. Breathing in and out. Nice and controlled. Centering yourself with breath. Now I want you to draw your awareness inward towards your center. This could be your third eye. This could be your heart or your solar plexus. Wherever you feel is comfortable is the center of you. Draw your attention to that point of self. Okay. Find your awareness there. If it helps to touch those places, then you can do so, but find your center. Okay. And begin to see an orb of light at the center of you. And watch this light begin to grow and expand and to fill up your vessel. And I want you to hold the imagery of your body full of light. Expand this light throughout your body and then expand it outward, surrounding your body with light as well. Push this light out as far as you can. Okay. This is you cleansing your auric field, cleansing away so that we can have a clean space to work in tonight. Okay. Hold that imagery with your body full of light and light surrounding you where you sit, stand, or lay. Okay. And then I want you to draw your energy back towards your center and expand a sphere out surrounding you. Okay. This is your protective shield that will protect you here tonight. And on the outer surface, exterior surface of this sphere has a reflective surface, reflecting energy away from you. so that you can have a calm, peaceful, clean space here to work, right? Hold that imagery of a sphere, just you sitting in a bubble, okay? Now draw your awareness back down to your center, okay? And I want you to begin to see, we're going to create the cross of creation. Know that this is the point of your personal universe. This is where you create here tonight. Okay. And this cross of creation is going to branch out into your own personal life, creating what we're going to do tonight. Okay. So draw your awareness to the center of you. And I want you to then see a beam of light shooting from the center outward, forward, and backward. So it's going through you from your chest, through your back, and it's stretching in both of these directions, infinite distance. Okay. And then I want you to see another light intersecting that one, going out the left, going out the right of you, stretching an infinite distance. Okay. So you should see a cross intersecting in the center of you. And then I want you to also, to complete this cross of creation, let's connect it to divine. Okay, let's connect it to God. So I want you to see that stream of energy, that stream of light, intersecting that cross that you just created, shooting from the top, out your head and out the bottom of you, stretching infinite distance. Okay, this is the cross of creation. Know that you have opened up your cross of creation. You are ready to create your intention and send it out tonight. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and light our candle so that we can get into our meditation tonight. Okay, I'm gonna set it over there so that you guys can see it. I always love for you guys to connect with the candle. Okay. There goes our beautiful candle. It is lit. I have our protection candle lit. Now, like I said in the beginning, we're going to do some mudras. Okay, tonight, these are basically hand spells. Okay, so we're going to get into the work now. Okay, our cross of creation is open. Everything is kind of set up. Okay. And we're going to get into, I'm going to show you guys the mudras that we're going to get into right now. Okay, the first two, this is called the upper hand. So when you hold your hand like this and you create this movement, this is you using a symbol, a hand symbol, a hand spell to signify that you have the upper hand. And so it's really important when we do this domination, cleansing, controlling the energy, commanding energy to leave. It is important to understand that you have the upper hand. Why do you have the upper hand? You have the upper hand because you have awareness of it. And you're smart enough, you're intelligent enough to use your divine energy here tonight to direct this energy away from you. You have the upper hand because you know that you have domination and dominion over your energy, over your space, over your life. Okay, so this is the first mudra that we are going to be doing. It's called the upper hand. So you just hold your hand just like this. Okay, it's called the upper hand. All right, Ashe, yes. Okay, now we're going to go from this mudra to this mudra, which is control. Okay, you take your thumb, you touch it to your middle finger. This means control because we're taking control. You send this energy to me. I have the right to use it for what I want to use it for. I have the right to direct it where I want it to go. Okay, so we're taking control tonight. And so you hold your hands like this and you just face it to you like this. This means control. Okay, so we're going to go from upper hand to control. Okay, and then I'll show you guys the other two mudras once we get there. So we're going to go into upper hand. And it's really important when you guys are doing your magic. A lot of witches don't show this kind of shit. They don't show you facilitating themselves. They don't show themselves facilitating the magic outward, which it creates. You need breath. You need movement for that. Okay. So don't be afraid to use your hands, your movement, your breath tonight. Okay. So this is the movement that you're going to do with this mudra. Okay. Like this. We have the upper hand. So while you're pounding, I want you to think of that bitch's face. If you have a face, see that bitch's face. And I also want you to connect to the pain, the frustration. I want you to connect to that jealous person, the jealous energy, but also the trips ups, the setbacks, the obstacles, the pain, the frustration, the betrayal. Like, I want you to really get into it when you're doing this. Okay. So when you're ready, start. And I want you to connect with the breath when you're doing this as well. Okay. Because that breath is prana. It is the life force. It is the carrier of magic. Okay. When you're speaking, your breath is taking those spells out. Okay. And when you're breathing and you're in meditation and you're in trance, like what we're doing right now, that breath, when you're breathing and controlling your breath, it's taking that magic out. Okay. So I want you to have the upper hand. Start thinking about it. Thinking about all the energy is now that all the energy that's in your space that they've sent your way. Okay. They're sending ugly spells. They're wanting you to be ugly. They want you, to be broke. They want you to be arguing with your man, or you can't find a man, or whatever. They want you to, like, all these things, your car's breaking down, whatever it is. It's like all these random things that are happening, right? That causes frustration. And it's not yours. So I want you to think about all that while you're doing this. Okay. You have the upper hand. This type of movement brings your brain into a trance. Getting your conductors ready as well. So when you're ready, I want you to then stop and take the mudra of control. Okay. You should feel the energy coming off of your hand. You should feel that evil eye energy in your hands when you're done with your pounding, taking the upper hand. Look at it. Oh, damn. Take a couple moments to connect to this mudra of control. Okay. You have control, and we're about to take control of it right now. Okay. We're going to go into our meditation and we're going to release this. Yeah, my hand is red as fuck, bitch. Like, look at this. I really even couldn't get my rings on too today because of these nails. I have stones on them. I put some crystals on my nails. But yeah, I remember last year I was like fucking up my hand with my rings. Okay. So you should feel the control. You should feel the power in your conductors. Okay. Know that these are the conductors that you're moving energy out. Okay. And we're about to release this energy. All right. So you guys should have you should be all generated, hyped up with this frustration, with this pain, with this jealous ass energy that we've been experiencing. Okay. And now I want you to close your eyes. But before you do that, I want you to take the mudra of release. So it's just taking your two middle fingers and placing it like this. Okay. This is the mudra of release. Okay, because we're releasing this energy. We are sending it back. We are returning this energy back to them. We're removing these blockages that they put in place with their evil ass eye energy. Okay, and we're moving it back. So, we're returning it back. So we're releasing it. In order for us to return this and to remove this, we have to release it. Understand that there is a part that you're taking place in this with this evil eye energy. You're holding on to it. So we're going to release it. Hold the mudra of release. And you can just place it on your lap so you're not be comfortable. Place it on your lap comfortably. And I want you to close your eyes. Center yourself again. Your hands my hands are still humming. Okay. Center yourself with breath. Okay. Center yourself with controlled breathing. And in your mind's eye, we're going to take a journey through the psyche. We're going to psychologically trigger ourselves and the universe to bend at our will. Okay. So I want you to center yourself with breath and begin to see with your inner eye yourself in your home. I want you to see yourself in your home, in your favorite spot, your favorite room, your favorite place in your home. Visualize yourself there. Okay. See yourself in your favorite spot, and you're there. You're enjoying the energy, you're enjoying the space in your home. But then you begin to feel an ick. You feel like something is watching you. You can feel eyes and energy lurking around, but you can't quite see or put your finger on it. But you're determined to find it because this is your space. This is your home. This is your favorite place to be comfortable, open, and safe. So you're going to take dominion and you're going to search around your space. I want you to see yourself now searching through your home, determined to find what's lurking, what's hiding. And as you are searching through your home, you're beginning to grow. You're beginning to get larger and expanding. And your home is growing with you. And as you're searching through your home, you see yourself getting larger and expanding, growing with power, with control, with determination. And you find what's lurking. And when you find the energy that is radiating, you find it in a box. You see this box somewhere hidden in your home, and it is radiating with this energy that you know is not yours. It reminds you of the frustration. It reminds you of the pain. It reminds you of the obstacles, the mishaps, the setbacks, the trip ups, the stagnancy. And you know it's not you. It's not yours. So you pick up this box and you open it. And inside of this box, there's an orb. The orb is black. And it reeks. It smells. It's exactly what you were feeling and sensing. And it's not yours. So you're going to get rid of it. And you're going to take it to the back door. Okay? You're going to take this orb in your hands. It's so small. You look down on it and it's so small. And you're going to rid it from your place. You don't want it here. It's not yours. You don't want it here in your space. So you're going to take it to the back door. Now, if you don't have a back door, then you can let it out the window. If you don't have windows, if you have to take it to the front door, then you could take it to the front door. But if you can, take it to a window, okay? Or take it to the back door. And you're going to open up the back door and you're going to throw it outside, okay? See yourself throwing this orb outside. And as you are throwing it, this orb begins to morph and shift into something. It could be an animal, it could be an object, it could be a person, it could be whatever it is. But it starts to transform. And it's flying and moving through the air with great speed away from you. Now, what you see could be different from person to person. This is your message from your psyche about this situation, about this evil eye energy. Okay? So take note of what you see. Okay? I want you to watch this thing fly off into the air like it's flying through a tornado, like the wind and everything is moving in your favor to move this out of your space, and you watch it until you can't see it anymore. Maybe the weather begins to change. But you're watching this thing fly off. Okay. Now, I want you to go back into your home or close the door. Okay, close that motherfucking door and go back to your favorite place in your home and see yourself doing something that you love to do in your favorite spot. Be anything. Know that this energy is going to start a ripple effect in your life. Okay. Things are going to start shifting from this point forward. You can open your eyes once you've seen yourself doing and enjoying your favorite thing in your favorite spot. Feel the energy, look around in that visualization and feel that that energy is no longer there in your space. Now, what we're doing here is we're creating a psychological trigger in our psyche, which will then trigger our physical 3D reality. Okay. So just know that what you did here, you've made an effect. Okay. Now, to end our ritual, with this ritual, I still want to do, if you guys want to, we can still do a solar plexus activation. I really want to do that. But we're going to end this ritual with Psalms 59. Okay. So if you have your Bible, again, I'm going to be reading from the Jewish version. It's just, I love how it's written. I connect to it. Okay. You know the Jews are black, right? You know the real Jews are black. Okay. So 59, June 50, Psalm 59, okay? We're going to be reading from Psalms 59. I'm going to put the audio on. I'm going to put the audio on, but I want you to hold the mudra of justice. Like I said, if they wanted you to be broke, they're going to be broke. This is going to be a return to energy, and it's just. This is the mudra of justice. And you slide your hands back and forth like this. So you can hold it or you can slide it back and forth, but this is the mudra of justice. And we're going to listen to this audio of Psalms 59 as we just let that energy soak in. Okay. And we're going to hold this mudra of justice. They're going to get what they deserve. Okay. What they wanted you to experience, what you have experienced, they're going to get it. Okay. So
Deliver me from my enemies. Oh my Elohim. Set on those who rise up against me. Deliver from the workers' wickedness. And save me from the blood. For look, they have lain in wait for me. Mighty men assemble against no transgression or sin of mine. Yahweh. For no guilt. They run and prepare themselves. Awake and help me see. For you, Yahweh, Elohim, Israel. Awake to all nations. Show no favor in traitor. They return at evening. They howl like a dog and go around the city. See them belch out their mouth, swords in their lips. For who is listening? But you, Yahweh, laugh. You mock all the nations. Oh, strength, I wait for Elohim, my strong tower. My Elohim does go before me. He lets me look upon my enemies. Do not kill us. My people forget. Scatter them by your fire and bring them down. Oh Yahweh, my shield. The sin of their mouth and their word their lips. And they are captured pride. For the cursing lying liar, bring them in wrath. Bring them to an end. They be no more. Let them know. Elohim is ruling to the ends of the earth. At the evening, they return, howl like a dog, go around the city, and wander up and down for food, wine, satisfy. I see your power. And in the morning, I allow loving for you, my strong tower, refuge, my day, distress. Oh, my strength. To you I pray. For Elohim, my strong tower. Elohim, I love you.
I just love songs and I really do. All right. So to seal in this ritual, you participants that have had, I sent out an oil recipe for you guys to use. You're going to anoint your crown and your feet, okay, to seal in this ritual. Okay. And then you can use this protection oil as well. You can use this ritual. Okay. I mean, this oil. Whenever. Okay. To protect yourself, anoint yourself when you get out the shower, when you get out the bath, whenever you feel like you need, protection, use this oil. Okay. Okay. So that completes our evil eye removal. Now with the participants, I'll be working this collective candle for 13 days as well as these participant candles. Okay, so you guys will hear from me. I'm going to work with these separately off camera away from everything. But this is your homework to do to connect you to tonight's working. Now I do want to do a solar. I think when you remove energy like this, it's good to activate certain like chakras and areas of your life to get that energy on and going, because evil eye energy can be a attack on your solar plexus, which is your port of creation. Okay. And so we're gonna do a quick little journey to our solar plexus. If you guys are new, I like to take journeys inward. I'm going to show you how your solar plexus looks. We're going to go and journey there. Everyone's solar plexus looks different. Everyone's chakras are different. Your chakras can also change with the intention that you go in there with. Okay, so we're just going to go and see the state of it, the general energy of your solar plexus, and we're going to activate it. So this activation is going to get you on and going. Know that this is also a psychological trigger. You're going to feel like you might get inspired to do something. People might start reaching out to you. Things are going to start moving once you start activating the energy. Okay, so I'm going to take you through a short little journey of activation of the solar plexus. Okay, so again, close your eyes and center yourself with breath. Controlled breathing. Center yourself with breath. Okay, and I want you to see yourself, or I'm sorry, I want you to find the center of you and begin to see an orb at the center of you. Okay, now that could be your third eye, that could be your solar plexus, that could be your heart. But I want you to take that orb and move it up and down the chakras. Okay. So we have the root chakra at the root, at the bottom of you where your pelvis is. We have the sacral, which is where your navel, and above your navel is the solar plexus. Then we have the heart, then we have the throat, then we have the third eye, and we have the crown. Okay. So begin to see that orb kind of move up and down, just up and down a channel. You don't have to focus too much on the whole chakra thing, if you're not familiar with chakras, but just see this orb kind of go through a channel in the middle of you, up and down. Okay, and I want you to stop it right above your head. Let this orb kind of like seep out from your head and see it above you. Okay, so there's an orb above you. You've kind of lit up these chakras by just rubbing your energy in the center, in the middle. Now I'm hearing Aaliyah. I don't know why I'm hearing Aaliyah, but okay. So there's this orb at the top of your head, and I want you to see it drip and melt into this channel again and go all the way down to your solar plexus, which is again above your navel. Let it reside right there and begin to shift into the beautiful color of yellow. Now, I want you to hold the imagery of this orb and begin to see it expand in front of you. Now you're holding the vision of yourself looking at a yellow orb. Maybe you're in a white room, a black, dark space. All you can see is this orb, and it begins to grow. This yellow orb begins to grow and expand into a portal, a yellow portal. This is the doorway to your solar plexus. Know when you cross over the threshold through this portal, you're now going to enter into your solar plexus. When you enter in, I want you to just allow the environment to reveal itself to you. Everybody's solar plexus, everyone's environment is going to reveal something different. We're going there just to look around, just to see what the state of your solar plexus is. So I want you to hold the vision of you stepping through this portal of self, your solar plexus, and allow this environment to reveal itself to you. Okay. Take a good look around, feel the ground or whatever. Maybe you're in water, maybe you're in a desert. Maybe you're in a jungle, maybe you're in a basement. I remember one time when I traveled to my root chakra years ago when I was doing heavy work on myself, abandonment issues, and all that. My root chakra was a dark ass basement, scary ass basement. But I went there to heal the issues with my mother, So it changes. There's times when I go to my root chakra and it's a jungle, a beautiful jungle. But allow your solar plexus to show itself to you. Okay. Now, we're not going to venture too much in it. You guys can go back and do this solo, but I want you to see yourself standing in your solar plexus in this environment. Okay. And I want you to look down and begin to see from your solar plexus streams of energy branching out forward in front of you. Forward in front of you. It could be 3, 4, 5, maybe it's just one, maybe it's 2 branches. These branches, these streams of energy are pathways that your solar plexus wants to express and create. Maybe there's a pathway that leads, that is about money creation. Maybe it's about your identity, because the solar plexus can also be a lot about your identity as well. Okay. So maybe one stream is a project. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you are wanting to start a YouTube channel. These streams that are streaming out from your solar plexus, they're going to take you on journeys to understand how to heal or heal or interact with that area of your life. Okay. So you've already activated. This is a solar plexus activation. You can always come back to this visualization and say, I'm going to take this path. I'm going to go see where money's going to take me. Like, how can I create more money in my life? Or like, how can I, write this book or do this project? I'm going to go this way and collect a message from your higher self. These are messages from your higher self, from your guides, from your higher self, and so you can use this technology to understand life, to heal yourself, and, create in your life as well. Okay. So you can open your eyes, know that these streams are activated, and you can come back and go back to your solar plexus and see, should I do a shamanism workshop? I think I should do that. I don't know. I might do that. Because it's just so fun. When you guys go, it's so fun. It's so fun. Shamanism is fun. And that's my whole motto with magic. Like, if it's not fun, why the fuck we doing it? Okay, so that was a solar plexus activation. Know that your solar plexus is activated. You will begin to these pathways are opened. Okay. And so you're going to feel kind of inspired. Things are going to come your way. They're going to trigger you. Okay. But that really, it completes everything that I wanted to do here tonight with you guys. I have these candles. I'm going to be working them for 13 days. I think we should, because, oh my God, shamanism has healed me so much. It is one of my like my top, like my medicine. It's my medicine, and it's really a journey of understanding yourself, and it's fun. It's interesting. Like, I went into my psyche and went into different portals and traveled, trying to figure out different things about myself, about, how can I heal the relationship with my mom, um, should I spend time with this nigga? Like, like, should I even waste my time? Like, I used to use shamanism for a lot. Now it's just really for, like, healing purposes, but you can really, like, this technology of shamanism, and just going into your psyche, you understand that's what spirituality is, you guys. Spirituality is knowing yourself, is knowing God, getting to know God through knowing yourself. That is what it's a study of self. That's what spirituality is. And shamanism and journeying has really taught that to me, like that lesson, that principle of true spirituality. And we have the answers. We have all the answers within us. We really do. We really, really do. I kind of teach it a little bit, like how to channel a little bit with kind of like the energy that I'm talking about with my Divine Tarot Academy, my tarot school. Yes, I might have to do it. I might have to do it, because it's such a, like, it's underrated. It's not talked about a lot, It's not. And I think the people that are talking about it, you know, they don't really look like me. They don't look like, there are not a lot of Black people talking about shamanism and like using this ancient technology, which is where like that's where like that's the first technology of magic is our psyche, you know. Um that's a spiritual gift. Yeah. It's like everybody has this gift, we all have the gift to like go into our psyche and to ask questions. I think I'm gonna do a shamanism journeying workshop. I think that would be really fun. Of course, my coven will get everything. We'll get it. Because I've been really kind of thinking, like, I know I shouldn't talk too much about my plans, you know, but I've been thinking about what's the next thing because I finally kind of have the coven. Like, I feel solid and like organized and consistent with the coven, and like there's a lot of things that I'm working on right now, but I'm like, what's going to be the next thing? Because I have the glamour course where I teach glamour, beauty, and sex magic. This is a really hefty course, okay, but I'm just like, what should I do more? I kind of want to like, okay, I'm not going to talk about it because I do have a lot of ideas, but every time I do a live ritual, because I do shamanism and I bring this kind of energy to our rituals, like um I always feel like I should do more with it, like teach more about it. I got into it about 9 years ago, you know, and it's medicine. It's a tool for me, for my healing. It's been a huge tool for my healing. It's crazy. I remember when I went in there and I was just like, how do I heal the relationship with my mother? Like, what am I supposed to do? And spirit straight up told me that this is not about the relationship that you have with her. It's about the relationship that you have with yourself. I'm getting goosebumps. Spirit wants me to touch base on that. But that was profound because I was just like, wow, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to heal this? And, spirit straight up told me, like, it's not about healing the relationship that you have with her. It's about healing yourself. You got to heal yourself, you know? So like, we have all the answers. It's in us. This is what our ancestors did, you know? This was what our ancestors did. They talked to the plant spirits, to the insects, to the rivers, to the beaches, to the trees, to the fire, to the wind. They connected to spirit through their mind, and the elements played a part, but this is ancient. And I'm about the ancient shit. And the thing is, it's just like, what I got, you guys? I was like thinking, just like, my mind is going off another direction, but I was like man, I think I'm going to be a really cool spirit guide when I get to that point in life. Like when I become a spirit guide, I think I'll be like a really cool spirit guide. And then spirit was like, you already are. You already are a spirit guide. I was like, what? And spirit was like, cause I'm real meta, bitch. I get real meta. I get real weird over here. I'm a weird bitch. Okay. And so like spirit was like talking to me about the dimensions and like how like time is not linear, everything's happening at the same time. So like spirit was like kind of like showing me, like when I'm reading my cards, like there's other dimensions that are tapping into the energy, like the channeling messages that I'm giving. So like eventually I will catch up to that in my linear space and time and mind, but like it's already happening, if that makes sense. I was like, what? Wow. So you guys kind of get what I'm saying, right? You guys, did I lose you? Do you guys like my blush? Okay, perfect sense. Because I was like, wow, that's crazy. Spirits like you already are. And all of it, like not just me, but other channelers, seers, everybody. And then it was even going deeper into like ancestors and shit. And I like to touch base on that too, like the time travel, like energy of connecting with your ancestors, like how we affect time and stuff. But it's not just me, it's like all of us that are channelers, and giving messages, you know, um, and it's like we're all tapping in. Like there's no empty space in this realm that we're in. It's like layered, right? The dimensions are layered and there's no empty space. So like while I'm reading a card and I'm like giving a message, there's somebody that is getting a download. And I'm just facilitating that energy out into the world. And that's why I know I can't stop reading cards. I can't stop being a channeler. I can't. I gotta thank my bestie because my bestie, she was like, "Do you want all this makeup?" And so she sent me all the makeup that she didn't like that looked on her. And usually I don't go for this like really light pink, but I wanted to like kind of look kind of innocent tonight. I don't know why. I want to look innocent. I was even laughing about myself, like, I'm doing an evil eye. I'm supposed to get like, I gotta be a hard bitch. I gotta be a hard bitch tonight. But I wanted to kind of look really girly pop, you know, soft. Um, and so I was trying to do that blush, viral blush look with a lot of like light pink. And I was like, yes, because my bestie, she's very fair skin and it wasn't a pink that really like, was working for her. I was like, why do you think it's gonna work for me? But it actually is working for this look. Hopefully, I don't have to look back on it. I don't know. Maybe I look a hot mess. But that's let me remove this. Thank you. Thank you guys. Yeah, it was crazy. You are a teacher. I'm going to post my will of spiritual gifts in the coven. You look great. Thank you, Monty. The coven is growing. And guys, the coven is $23 right now to join. It's also on sale for the summer. We're going to get into some real important stuff come the fall. Right now, we are focusing on like manifestation, success energy, beauty energy. We just had the Bell of Venus. We're gonna get into the crown of success. We're doing the glamour body reset. That's all about attuning our energy. We had to do some maintenance with this evil eye energy. We had to do some maintenance. But come the fall, we're gonna get into protection work again. And I think I'm just gonna save the wards, like, because see, I pile on work because I'm so inspired by this work. I'm inspired by sharing my knowledge. And I think I have ADD. I really do. And I always bite off more than I can chew. And so like I know I've been wanting to do the ward series, and finish up some of the things that I did last fall, but everything just kind of started piling in. And I think just our collective work is also very important, so that kind of took priority. But yeah, we're gonna get into some real, and then I feel like the price for the Coven subscription is gonna go up come the fall because we're gonna really get into some really important things. And that's really crazy. This is like I haven't done a live ritual, I think, in a while. I've been just doing things secretly with the Coven. I know I have ADD. I do. Me and you, Juliet. I really do have ADD. I like I'm all over the place. But somehow it works. I'm able to, you know, complete stuff, and get things done. But sometimes like I feel like I really need to get back to like my list, like writing down my list, maybe in physical form. And I need my timers and my alarm clocks because that really keeps me like on track. You know what I mean? It's really hard doing social media because it's like you get stuck, scrolling when you're not trying to scroll. So that's one thing that I really want to cut out is scrolling. I don't know. I feel like I'm on the internet, like just doing on TikTok, listening to TikTok and YouTube, you know. That's my goal for the rest of June is to like not be on social media unless I'm working, you know. I'm happy though. I feel so good. The energy has been feeling good, but I've been noticing, I guess I'm responding. I feel like I'm responding differently to the evil eye energy this year. I really am. I'm responding differently. Like, it's funny and it's disappointing. I'm not like, I feel like before I would get like anxious or like, okay, like, I don't know, I would get maybe not scared. I don't want to say I was scared, but just like shocked. Now I'm just disappointed. I was having this conversation with my bestie. I was like, I'm just really disappointed in people. I'm disappointed in people. Like people are disappointing me because the evil eye is kind of just like I I've been living a very like private, very distant life, just like really focused on myself, focused on like what I'm trying to create and stuff. So like it's really hard to reach me. It's really hard to get towards me and I protect my energy, you know. And but the people have been revealing themselves. And I find it kind of surprising, but I'm just overall just kind of disappointed. I'm like, why do I have to meet someone cool and think that they're cool? Think they're cool, but they're actually a weird bitch. Why? Like it's why? Why? And it's like always like the cool girl. And it's like I'm like, why are the cool girls? But see, my girls in my coven, I'm glad. I pray over my coven. I prayed, I set boundaries over it. So like I know anybody that's there is supposed to be there, and I don't allow this jealous ass energy. So people have came, they have gone, you know. And so it's not like everyone that's disappointing and every cool girl, because I have a lot of cool, like all my girls in my coven are cool. But I'm just like, it's surprising like, there's just like I always feel like I find someone who's like me, who, I'm like, "Oh, wow, this is a, like, kind of like another person like me," and then they turn out to be like a weirdo. I'm just like, "Wow," I'm just disappointed. I'm just hella disappointed in people. I'm just so like, I'm not even like it's sad, and I'm not angry. I'm just like disappointed. Yep, I'm learning to accept it and move on. Sad that you don't do anything, but let me see, cool as fuck. Still, damn evil eye and haters. It's like I don't even do anything. Like I don't even know what I fucking do to these people for them to be weird. But Spirit was kind of like telling me like there's one person, they are going through spiritual psychosis. I know it's not like I'm dealing with, but it's like a letdown, you know. Because it's good people are hard. I don't wanna lead with that mindset, though, I don't. I don't want to leave with that mindset, but I'm just like, people are weird because they will pretend to like you. They will pretend to be good people, you know, and they don't like you. They're turned off by you for some reason. And all you do is give them love and support and, want to be their friend and you show up for them and then they're just hating behind closed doors. And it's just so disappointing. I feel let down by people. And I was like laughing about it. Like I feel really let down by people. But I'm responding to it differently because I'm just like, okay, just keep on going. Like you said, like just keep moving on. It's sad, it's unfortunate, it's disappointing. But bitch, you can go and you can be jealous. And it's like you could be jealous over there by yourself. A lot of people, these people want to argue, they want your attention, they want to fight with you, they want to like feel important to you, And it's like you already were important to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really let me see. Yeah, I'm no longer ignoring my intuition. It's so crazy because my intuition will be like, you know, telling me something about someone, and I'm like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Yep, little energy vampires. It's crazy, yo. It's so fucking crazy. I don't get people's motives there. It's just insane. I'm just totally let down by people. I thought I really met a cool person that was going to be my friend. I think that really let me down. That's what I feel disappointed about because I was like, wow, this person's really cool. She's really cool. And, I'm leery. I'm already leery of people. You know what I mean? Um, and it takes a lot for me to like actually like engage with you and, you know, give you my energy because of just like things that I went through. And so that was kind of like a letdown because I really cared about that person. I thought she was a real friend, but she turned out to be weird. And I don't really care to understand it because I know it's beyond me, you know? But I should have listened to Spirit. Spirit started revealing it to me little by little before it got weird, you know? And I was just like, what? And then every time I would kind of switch, this person would try to come back and like be in my face like it wasn't really that, but it was because they don't want to be revealed. It's cringy to be a hater. I don't hate on people. Like, I don't know. I'm so in my own world, like creating shit, doing shit. Like, I'm not like hating on people, And it's so cringy to be a hater and to be jealous. It's cringy. And I think like whenever I was like catching on to it, this person didn't want people to know, that they were weird. And so they would try to show up and like show up to my lives and like, I don't know. It was just, I don't get people. I really don't get it. I really don't, you know, that's really weird. And I just try to stay away from that shit. I try to really stay away from like weird energy and don't even try to interact with it. I'm not down with the spiritual girly beef. Like, these spiritual girlies be beefing it up. I'm just like, what? I mean, I know we're like multi-dimensional creatures and, I get it, but aren't we like going to the same place? Aren't we trying to get to the same place? This isn't a competition, you know? I don't know. Yeah, it's so cringe. It's so cringy when I don't even like to say this, like even just talking about this with you guys, because like, look, I know I'm pretty, I know I'm a cool girl, all that. And so I don't really like to talk like, oh, you're jealous of me, because then people are gonna be like, oh, she thinks everyone's jealous of her. Like, but it's cringy. I don't even like to talk about it. I don't even like to talk this way. But it's also just, you know, just knowing too, like just being honest. I am that bitch. I am, and it really took me a long time. Don't let everything fool you, because it took a long time for me to get to this where I know that I'm that bitch. Nobody can tell me nothing. I'm sorry, nobody can tell me a damn motherfucking thing. I know I'm that bitch, you know. And but it's cringy to be like, you're jealous of me, but you are, bitch. You're jealous. You're weird. I don't know. You want to fuck me? I don't know. I don't know what it is, because I thought we were good. I thought we were like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's weird. And I don't like to like bring up people's names. I'm not gonna out people or anything, because I feel like people want to feel like they're on your level, bitch. You don't even know what fucking level I'm on. Like, I'm outside this fucking world. Okay? That's the level that I'm on. And you like trying to create beef with me, like weird, one-sided. I didn't even know. Like, I woke up one day and I realized this person had beef with me. I found out. I didn't realize, but I came to know that somebody is like beefing with me. I'm just like, what? I thought we were cool. Like, no explanation, nothing, just weird vibes and behavior. And this is a person that booked readings with me. This is a person that, like, I don't know, maybe she was mad because she wanted to collaborate with me. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. You know, but I don't like talking about it because I don't want to be in a spiritual girly beef, because I don't really believe in that. I'm in my purpose. Like, I'm not thinking about competition. You know, I'm not thinking about trying to be better than someone, you know. I just want to be better than who I was. You know what I mean? A few years ago. I have a hard time letting people in. My circle is small. Minute even. I stay in my shell, I guess. I'm very introverted too, Juliet. I am. I'm very introverted. I like to call myself an extroverted introvert because I'm very introverted. I don't like being, around people. I don't really like being around a lot of people, but when I'm around people, I can come out of my shell if it's the right type of people. You know, I am introverted and I can get awkward, but I'm trying to just like embrace my awkwardness. You know, I really am. Like, Spirit was telling me that the other day, like, you need to just embrace your awkwardness. And the Spirit always be telling me that, you know, just embrace the weird bitch inside. And, I get awkward sometimes, social anxiety, but I like being alone. I really like being alone. Like, I don't feel lonely when I'm by myself. I've never have. I've never felt lonely. I like being alone. You know, I used to know this one person that was like, they hated being alone. Um, but they were introverted. It was weird. I don't know. I think honestly, I know what it is. She didn't really like being with herself. She didn't like know herself, so it was scary. Um, but I like being by myself, you know. I don't like being around people, but I can come out. You know, anybody that knows me, that's been around me, like, from my hometown, they know I'm kind of like, I'm still like that. I'm still kept to myself, but I'm also very like extroverted. I like to communicate with people and stuff, but I'm not just like outwardly, but I don't know. I'm weird, you know? I'm weird. Sometimes I can be extroverted, sometimes I'm introverted. Yeah, people trying to cover it up. Yeah. Right? People are so delusional about a woman who is in control of herself. One-sided beef is the worst. It's so weird. And I am never trying to compete or beef with anybody. It's so weird. And I just get let down because I tend to find these people that are like me, and then they do these weird behaviors, and it's like, and then they're mad because you stand on business, or you clock them, or you switch up your behavior, not necessarily matching energy, but they shift you in a way where you have to be different. But yeah, it's like I always find these people that I'm like, oh my God, this girl is so cool. Like, I really like her. Like I haven't like, well, my best friend, I've known her since I was like 9. Her. She's my ride or die. But I like it's been a long time since I've had like a girlfriend who really feels like I like hanging out with her, and you know, like my best friend, she's gone. She's away from me now. She's even further away. She moved. She went back home, Cali. And I don't know. It's just like I always feel like I find these girls that seem like they're really cool girls, but then they have a problem with me. I don't know. There's a competition vibe, and I'm like so far from them. I'm like not trying to compete with anybody. I want like a really like I wish we lived in the same town, Monty or some of my girls from my coven, because I need cool people. Like I want people in person. But this girl, she wasn't really in person, but I was just like, wow, she's really cool. And I felt like we were vibing, and then out of nowhere, like she don't like me. And I'm like, what? What did I do to you? But give you bomb ass tarot readings, booked me several times, did spell work with you. Um, you know, I don't get it. I don't get it. Talk, chat it up, you know, laugh, I don't know. But I think it's spiritual psychosis really with her. I think she thinks things that are not true, or she wants to fuck me. I don't know. That's what else. I also like spirit was really telling me like a lot of these girls that create one-sided beef, like imaginary beef, like it's because they really want to be with women, and spirit was really telling me that's her too. She's not really comfortable with who she is, you know? Yeah. It's not your fault. And yes, me too. I know, but small me alone time is great. Yeah, being alone. That's why I needed to create this space for myself, my little studio space. I'm gonna get this done this weekend. I can't finish this. Like, you see, this is a renter hack that I'm doing. I'll share the video with you guys, the YouTube video of the girl who did this. You put painter's tape and then you use liquid nails to put on the wallpaper. Because I need it cute. I'm sorry, I need it cute in here. You know what I mean? I need it cute. Um, and so yeah, and then I bought some more wallpaper over here. I really like it over here, but I need this pretty wallpaper. I need it cute in here, and I need my space to have a vibe, and I like to be alone when I do my spiritual work. I don't need my man all up in my I don't need him all up in my face looking at my shit. Like, he'd be so curious. What are you doing? You don't need to know. I don't tell nobody, you know? My kids think I'm weird. What did I tell my kids? And my son was like, why? Why do you need to do that? Oh, I wanted to get some chicken feet. I really wanted to get some chicken feet. I want to make a lucky chicken foot. Oh, my son was like, why do you need chicken feet? We don't eat chicken feet, so he's just like, why do you need that? And I was like, don't worry about it. And there was something else too. So I was telling my man, can you give me some chicken feet? And my son was like, what? Like, don't worry about it. I'm always like going to the bank, getting dirt, uh, going places to get certain types of dirt. And they're just like, my son is always like, what is this? When I have all, the rituals going and stuff. But he said my son told me the the most cutest compliment the other day. He was like, Mom, you're so cool. And I was like, what? He was like, you're so cool, mom, and you're like a really cool entrepreneur. Your stuff is cool. Like the things that you do and you create are really cool. Like, wow, thank you, baby. Thank you. It sucks how much authenticity has to be branded as awkwardness. Yeah, right? Yeah. Like being alive is weird as fuck. Yes, I know. Being alive is very weird. Like, it's really strange. I remember when I first had, yeah, I need to get some more bank dirt. I need to go get some bank dirt. Cause that shit, it works. It works. I need some bank dirt. I do. I do. I think I'm gonna do that. And I get my chicken feet. Get my chicken feet. I want to make some lucky chicken feet. Like, yeah, and then my daughter, we're like real besties. We are besties. And I remember when she was like, I don't know, I think she was like 3 maybe or 4. It was when she was like kind of young, you know, and we were like in the bed and we were like laughing about something. And she was like, Mommy, you're like my sister. I was like, and my kids are always telling me, like, you're so cool, mom. Or like my daughter, she's always like, you're like the best mommy. These are like the best things that I want to hear. Like, this is like, you know, that's what I live for. She's like, you're the best mommy in the whole wide world. Like, she told me that the other day. And she was like, there's no other mommies like you. I don't know. My kids, they melt my heart. Do you mix dirt with other stuff? When I do. I put them in with my spells. You can add it to your spells, to your herbal mixes, like bank dirt would be good to put with prosperity, money, workings and stuff. I do mix it with other stuff. Put them in your jars, you know, your jar magic. Hmm. Yeah, I'm learning to accept myself. I think we all go through like phases in life too. Like um we're always going to go through, like, we're going to always have to continue to accept ourselves, you know, with each phase. And I feel like I am now feeling like I'm settling into that acceptance of stuff. Like I went through so much changes over the net. Like I was looking today at, because I made that little video of all the spells that we kind of have done like last year and beginning of this year. And I was like looking at old videos and I was looking at the old, like the first group rituals that I did 2 years ago. And I was like, wow, that was only 2 years ago. And then I saw a video and it said 10 months ago. And I was just like, wow. Like I was just tripping out on like how much I've done over the past year. And I was like telling, some of the girls in the coven, like about, you know, we were talking about going no contact. We were talking about like, just taking time to heal and I really think, allowing yourself time. And that's exactly what I did. Cause I went through I went through so much, in such a short amount of time. And when you give yourself time to heal, like, I don't know, I feel like, or just space to not only heal, but to create without any other people's energies in the mix, being a distraction, being like, an influence on your energy. I feel like you can create more. Like I've created so much. Like I can't believe how much I've created in the past year and a half. You know, I created so much. I created the spells, the Divine Tarot Academy. I started doing group rituals again, and just so much. I've done so much. The coven is really big. It was a real big project and commitment, and I've been loving it there. But I got that. I had the glamour course. You know, it's just like I've been doing a lot. And I was just tripping out the other day, like, what? And I have to owe it to myself of giving myself time to just really hone in and heal and create at the same time, you know? You're sharing your work with us. I signed up my boyfriend. Okay, yeah. I was like, Lewis. Sorry for saying his name. But I was just like, okay. And you know what? I don't know how you did that, girl. I don't know how Karina, that's your name, right? Karina? Because we've worked a couple times together already. I think your name is Karina, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't even know how you booked that. I don't even know how you joined because I had took down the listing. And I was like, how did this person join? Who is it? And I was like, Lewis. I was like, okay, well, maybe she's doing it for somebody, you know? But I was crazy. And so I had to because my man went to go get the candles. So I was like, I'm gonna sit back. He can go get the candles. So I was like, get one more. And because I was like, I love the coven. I really take it serious. I do. I really love what we're doing, and we've been getting so close, interacting with each other. I really love it. Yeah, it's what I need. Like I told you guys, um, all the cruel. I was telling myself I'm not gonna be fucking with nobody. I don't know. Maybe this is how I feel because I'm just kind of disappointed, and maybe that's what she wants. Maybe she wanted me to feel disappointed, feel triggered, because she really want to lick the kitty. Okay, that's what I think. See. But like I told you guys, I'm kind of disappointed, and I was just like, man, I'm not fucking with nobody unless they're in my coven. I'm not fucking with nobody unless they're in my coven. Okay. People are weird, and even just nowadays, people are even more weird on the internet. I had the page loaded, and that's what I was thinking too. I was like, she probably had it already up. Because I was like, I took this down. But I was like, okay, of course. I will get this candle for her. I needed you in my life because I'm working on my curriculums right now. Working on some curriculums. Edie, your work is bigger than you know right now. I see you creating curriculums. Yeah. I really am Spirit was telling me this, you guys. Spirit was telling me this 2 years ago when I first started doing the rituals. Spirit was telling me to start a community. Remember I was talking about Patreon and all this stuff, and I was just and Spirit was like, you need to teach. I was like, what? You want me to teach? I don't know if I could do that, Spirit. I don't know. I was just like, what? And I was talking to somebody that was in my life at that time about it. I was letting this person know so much. They knew everything, all the moves that I wanted to do. This person was steady fucking hating on me when I was doing the fucking rituals, when I first started doing the rituals on here on YouTube 2 years ago. Okay. And just came with the hater energy, which was weird because this was supposed to help us both, you know. But I remember telling this person like, Spirit wants me to start a community. I think I'm gonna start like a community, you know? And like I want it to be about magic though. I was like, I don't want to do a community, you know, tarot readers, they get their Patreon and they're just doing more tarot readings over there. I like that. That's why I like that they have the members here on YouTube, because that's where it's at. And I'm going to spend more time there too, guys. Okay. I'm going to be really putting more energy into the members too here on there. All my communities, I'm going to be putting work in on there. And I'm not going to forget about members. You know, we have the 18 plus series. It's dropping. Oh, it's dropping on Wednesday. Yeah. I put it for Wednesdays on hump day. Okay. We have the 18 plus series that are coming, but I'm also going to do more readings, tarot readings in that space. But I was like telling this person, like, I want to start a community, but I don't want it to be like tarot. I don't want to just do more tarot. I want to like maybe do rituals and do like, and I just felt the hate, the jealousy. People will hate on your spirituality, bitch. They will be hating on you because you're spiritual, you know, that you're gifted and you're connected to God, connected to source. They will hate on you for that too, and want and hate because you want to express that. And you know, and that was, you guys, when I started doing group rituals on YouTube, you don't know how scared I was to really share that part of myself and to like share my perspective on magic and to guide and lead. And so it was like a big thing for me when I did it 2 years ago, you know. And I remember like being so excited, and I told her like, oh, the live went great. Like, and it was just like hater ass energy. And I was just like, wow, I can't really tell this person anything. Like, I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of like peeping it. You know what I mean? And I remember telling her that I wanted to do a private community. And I just remember her like looking at me weird. You know, it's always the looks. I catch it. I'm very hyper vigilant, observant. You know, I'm a people pleaser. So I'm always, you know, I'm sorry, I'm an ex people pleaser. I'm sorry, take that back. I am no longer a people pleaser. Okay. But I do like pleasing. I do like pleasing people. But that's why I can peep it, because I'm looking if I'm, you know, if somebody needs something or are they feeling okay. Like, you know, I'm very conditioned to that because of my childhood. And so I peep the looks, the vibes, and like, you know, I'm a seer, so I'm picking it up already, you know, and I'm peeping the vibes. I'm peeping the way you look and the way you say things and stuff, you know. I can tell that you're a hater ass bitch, you know. And so I was just like, wow. And right when I was doing those rituals, that's when things got crazy with me and that person. And I was just like, I'm trying to do shit. I'm trying to do shit right now. I'm really trying to like walk in purpose and get this business up off the ground and, you know, be in my purpose and, you know, really figure out what I want to do. Because I know there's more for me to do. But people want to start unnecessary beef, imaginary psycho ass bitch belief. I'm beef, you know, like just believing that somebody has a problem with you when nobody has a problem with you. Nobody. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cancel, delete, cut, delete, people pleaser. I don't please people. I don't. You know, I'm really happy that I don't operate like that anymore. And they be hating it. Those family members, they be hating when you decide that you're not going to be that way anymore and you really stand on business, you know, and you just focus on pleasing yourself, because you can't please them. You really cannot. These people will find excuses to be unhappy with you, you know? I can't fathom being spiritual and religious. I know for a fact church leaders are in secret groups like this. Please spare me. allow the spiritual psycho. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of, and I feel like that person was also like, I don't know. I just, oh, my kids, they're playing video games. I'm like, what is going on? They're screaming. But yeah, I'm really happy that I'm kind of like, I'm inspired to share and to teach more, because that's been a journey, with the lane that I'm in. I haven't had much cheerleaders, rooting me on and saying like, yeah, and you know, most of the people that were big spirit like cheerleaders in my life were haters. They they were haters. They were just cheering me on. I don't know why. To then eventually betray me and act weird. I don't know. So it's been a journey of like cheering myself on and telling myself, and really God, my ancestors, my guides, telling me that I can do it and that this is what I'm meant to do, is to teach people. And it's so crazy because when I get into it, when I start teaching, it just comes out of me. It just comes out of me. And then I like really the Divine Tarot Academy really taught me that I was like, yeah, I can do this. Like, I don't know why I'm tripping, you know? But also the coven, I feel very confident and just like I feel, and you guys really, that you guys uplift me, and confirm that as well. The coven, that was another thing. I was like, can I really guide people and like have a community? Because once it started to kind of develop, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be like a coven, like this is gonna be not just like a private community, but a coven of us like working together magically. And, I had to kind of like push through and be like, yeah, this is what I can do, and I trust. I notice the tone changes. My husband gets annoyed by it because sometimes I'm not making his voice sound okay, hold on. Let me see. Yep. So am I. I'm the same way. I notice. And I notice tone changes. Yeah. Yeah. I notice tone changes, eye movements, lip movements. Like I'm very observant. I know when a bitch is hating. I know when a bitch is smiling in my face. And I never like, cause being also a seer and a healer, you know, I understand why people are the way they are. And that's one thing that I am like trying to learn and navigate more at another level, that I don't have to take it so personal, you know, because I know when someone's off, but then I tend to make excuses for them, like, oh, I can tell that they're a little bit jealous, but I know because they have insecurities and I know it's not like that serious, but I will no longer keep jealous people around me. The moment that I realize that you're jealous, like it's over, bitch. It's we're never going back, because they will try to destroy you, distract you, like, and destroy your character, destroy your life, you know. I just can't anymore. But I used to make a lot of excuses for people, you know. My husband gets annoyed by it because sometimes it's not me making his voice sound annoyed. Um, I be telling that too to my man. Like, are you okay? Like, I could tell something is up, okay? And he never wants to talk about it. I have to pull it out of him, you know? He's an Aries. He's an Aries. And I'm just like, nigga, I know. I can feel your energy. He hates when I say that. I'm like, I can feel your energy. Stop. You can't lie to me. What's going on? And It's like, who can I trust really? Like people say one thing and do another. Exactly. If you allow, I will. I always have to look down here. My phone's too little. Yes, your teaching style is so helpful and fun. Oh, thank you, Amaris. Okay. It it's like who can you trust, really? Like people say one thing and do another. If you allow, I will pray for us to let the right people in. Yeah, I've been really wanting to like I want to call in like true friendship, people that are not going to be weird. And it's like the thing is like I understand people come flawed. I'm flawed too. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. Like if like I just want people to take accountability. Like if I feel like I've done you wrong in some type of way, I'm going to reach out to you and I'm going to apologize. That's just me. And that comes genuine. That's not me trying to, benefit from you. That's me really like I've said sorry to all of my boyfriends that I've ever been with. Every person that I fucked with, I have said sorry to them if I felt like I did something wrong to them. I will apologize if I feel like I've done you wrong, And some people also take that as like they don't take that seriously. They don't take that as like true character, and I will always be the one that will hold myself accountable, but like I'm not going to act dumb. I'm not going to act dumb and not like I know what I saw, I know what I heard, I know what reality is, and I just only want people to have like accountability. You know what I mean? Cuz I hold myself accountable to how I am with people. I'm a good person. I do not wish harm on anyone. I don't. I just only want people to be the same way. You know what I mean? And it's like, I will say sorry if I've done like, I've said sorry to guys, that I talked to and I was fucking around with their head because I just wanted to fuck around with them. Or I was pissed. Not like fuck around with them, not fucking around with them. I'm not like that. But you know what I mean? Like I will take accountability and be like, yeah, sorry, I was tripping. Like I don't have a problem saying sorry or saying that I was in the wrong. But I also know I don't do a lot of people wrong. I don't do that a lot. So I don't have to say sorry a lot. But if I've ever reached out to you and said sorry to you, that was genuine. That was me checking myself. Okay? And I only expect people to be the same way, but people don't know how to be real. They think that like people can't see them, like, and they think that they don't do no wrong. It's weird. It's really weird. They don't know one. It's cringy, I guess. Because some people are really wrong. They get cringy. I'm apologizing for things, I guess. I don't do too many bad things to people. I really don't. I just don't act that way. I don't act animalistic. I don't know why that just came out. Animalistic. Ooh, 1111. Yes, I love Aries, but I'm mostly looking at them like this. Yeah, Aries are mad fucking annoying. I'm sorry. And I know about Aries. I know about some Aries. You know who also Pisces are annoying. Pisces men. I actually fuck with the Pisces girls, but Pisces men could be like kind of like low key annoying, you know? But Aries they are very annoying. Like women and men. They kind of like, I don't know, They're like the child. They're like the child of the zodiac, so they're very young, but they want to know it. They act like they know it all, you know? And they're very stubborn. And Aries, my man is an Aries. And it's like, nigga, just stop. I want them to stop. calm the fuck down. He's so like, that's what I want to say to my guy. I told him that the other day, like, you need to calm the fuck down. I'm a Virgo Taurus. Okay. Virgo sun, Taurus moon, Sagittarius rising. This okay, he's a Aries sun, Cancer moon. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, he's an Aries sun, Capricorn moon, and Cancer rising. He a Cancer and he's a fucking Aries. And I'm just like, dude, you need to fucking, they have a temper. They can go from 0 to 100. And then sometimes they're just like, especially men, Aries men, they're very calm. They could be calm, but when they get upset, it's just too much. I'm like, dude, you need to, I'm always telling him, like, why are you mad? Like, you need to calm down. He's like, I'm not mad. And it's so funny because my best friend is a Leo and she's like that. So I don't know if it's a fire sign thing. I mean, I'm a Sagittarius and I feel like Sagittariuses are kind of like whimsy and off in the heavens, and we're not like, you know, we're not like the other fire signs. Real quick. They get mad real quick. And it's like too much. I remember in the past, his energy would get on my fucking nerves so much. Like, because like when he gets irritated, I can feel it. And you know, we're people please. I'm a people pleaser. So I can just feel his energy. And one of my sisters is an Aries as well. The same thing with her. I would feel it, just feel it radiating off of her when she was upset or irritated. Same with him. Now I'm just, you know, because I'm not a people pleaser, I don't even give a fuck anymore. And I also just like, they're like babies. Aries are big babies. So I just be like, nigga, you go baby. Oh, baby. And he likes it when I treat him like a baby too. I be wrapping him up in a blanket. Virgo and Aries axis is unmatched. Tell me about Virgo and Aries. 'Cause I don't know. You know? I really don't know. Um, I know everybody's different because, you know, your life also affects you, you know, how the planets have affected you and how you navigated that energy with your trauma and all of that. It's, you know, it's different. You know, everybody could be different in ways, but you know, my man, he's a really good helper. He helps me a lot, you know. I don't have to worry about anything, you know. He helps me. I'm always worrying because I'm a fucking Virgo, so I'm always worried. But he handles, you know, and he's always trying to be better. He's trying to be better, and you know, he like my man, he studies spirituality, but he doesn't like he doesn't do it. You know what I mean? Um like he loves learning about different types of spirituality and ritual acts, but he doesn't do it, you know? And so he understands where I come from, but sort of, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like we can talk for hours about spirituality and just like the world and the universe and aliens. Like I can just talk to him about anything. He's a weirdo. I wouldn't be with him if he wasn't, because I like weird. Um, but he's such a good helper, you know. He cooks for me, he helps me, you know, pays my rent, pays my bills, he takes care of us, you know. And but he be getting stressed. And I'm like, "Nigga, you need to calm down. You need me to make you a spiritual bath, you know?" So it's like I feel like if you're a spiritual person, it's better to be with someone that respects your craft, respects your beliefs. Like I don't think I could be with a religious person. I could not be with someone who was religious. I couldn't. And he's not religious. Like, we on the same page with that. Like, he likes studying religion and like different cultures and history. Like, he's always giving me history lessons. I'm like, "Nigga, I don't, he's always, and it's like about war, and like he just has like so much. I know he is probably like ADD, and he has so much information in his mind, you know, about history and about spirituality and stuff, but he doesn't do the practices, and I'm trying to get him onto that, you know. I am. I'm really trying to get him onto that consistently. So the nigga needs to calm down. He needs to breathe. He needs to breathe. Definitely feel like it's something karmic between Virgos and Aries, because Virgo and Aries really be matched up for life for some shit, whether it's like female friend or a boyfriend. Yeah. Um, like, in the early days, my younger sister, she's a Aries. I'm the middle baby. I'm the middle child. And my younger sister, when things were good, we were really like real like in high school, after high school, because we were only like 2.5 years apart. Like, we were really close. Very, very close, but disappointing. Again, disappointment, you know. Um, well, Virgo is a mutable sign. I think it is. Aries is cardinal, I think. Yeah, I'm not too much. I really do want to get some books on astrology, and study more on astrology. Maybe this winter or fall. I really do want to learn more and, build my knowledge on that, on astrology. But I think Virgo is mutable. And I think Taurus is fixed, right? That's where all my stubborn energy comes from. I hate how people talk about Virgos like they're so bad. And it's like, why do you guys think that? We just want the best for everybody. Can you guys hear me? My alarm went off. Yes, I'm the middle child. That's fine. He's interested in the same stuff, but you guys can still be mysterious. But you can still be Yes, I'm very mysterious to him. You got to keep it that way. You got to be mysterious to your man. You know? Okay. I'm mysterious for sure. It bothers me. That's why I have to have my own space. This is the first time with me living with a man again after years. Okay. So, and it's been like 2 years. Or no, it's been longer. It's been a little bit longer. But this is like our place, you know. And this is why I need to have my own little space so I can come here and talk to you guys and do my shit. It's no longer in my room. I have my own little studio that I'm building out, and I'm gonna try to, because I need him. I need him to do. He literally does everything for me, you know, and I'm grateful for him for that. He literally does everything for me, and I need his help putting this wallpaper. I gotta help him do it. Um, and then I have some like plants, fake plants. Like I need to have a vibe in here, and it's coming together. But yeah, I am very mysterious. He's always curious about like what I'm doing. He's just like, "What are you doing?" And it really irritates me. Maybe that's the Virgo coming out. It just really irritates me when he's in my business, like in my witchy business. I don't like, because my kids would just be like, and they're kids, but adults. I don't trust anybody's mind in my magic. You know what I mean? So he just gets on my nerves when he's like, "What are you doing in there?" I'm like, "What do you think? Leave me alone." but maybe he just wanted my attention. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like Virgos can be mean. But I be protecting him. I be protecting him too. Putting wards around him. You know, taking his blood. I'm sorry. Not his blood. Have I taken his blood? I don't think I've taken his blood. But I've taken his elixir, his special elixir. And I made sure that he is safe and, you know, let me see. But I take my, you know, my kids when they lose their teeth, you know, they always make fun of me. They think I'm weird because I have all their teeth and their birthday candles. I collect their blood, you know, when they have a tooth, like when their teeth come out. I have their blood on hand. And I tell him, like, you know, I use your stuff, right? And he likes it. It turns him on, I think, that I use, you know, I get witchy with him. Makes so much sense. Let me see. Yeah, since Scorpio and Virgo have a deep connection, Aries being Scorpio's sister sign, where they share the same planet. They, okay, sorry. The planet they all jive. Scorpios. I'm gonna get on that. Scorpios are crazy intense. They're crazy intense. They really are. They're very crazy. And I don't know. They're kind of scary, to be honest. Don't hurt a Scorpio. All I'm saying, don't hurt a Scorpio. I think they're also very like Scorpios really want to be secretive. Like they're very secretive and they hate when their secrets come out. They hate when they like are exposed. That's what I've noticed about Scorpios. And they're super intense. Like their energy is intense. They're so intense. It's a Virgo thing. I love being a Virgo. I do. And I don't understand why people rag on us. Like, we only want people to be the best. And people don't understand, though, that there is devolved signs and there are evolved signs. Like, clearly, I am an evolved Virgo. So are you, Monty. Like, we're evolved. You know what I mean? There's a journey that you have to learn. I'm sorry. It's a journey learning the lessons of Virgo. You know what I mean? Like starting off as a young, devolved or just regular ass Virgo bitch, you are a know-it-all. You got to tell everybody, you know, and it still comes from that place of wanting, that's how we share our love. You know, we want to help you be better. You know, we want to serve you, you know, help you get to that point where you want to be, right? So it still comes from that place, but as you grow up, if you're trying to evolve and advance as a Virgo, you have to accept when to give advice to people. You got to let people do and be who they are. You can't always voice your opinions and tell them what to do. You got to pick and choose. You know what I mean? Like, when is the right time to tell someone, you know, and try to help them? Because that's what we're doing. We're trying to help because we care and we love and we see how it can be better. We see how it can be perfected. We see your potential. We see like, hey, if you just do this, it's such a hard lesson because you want to tell everybody what's up, you know, and you want to help them. And you know, and some Virgos are not good communicators. And because we study and we learn and we get obsessive about that kind of shit. Like, it can come off as like, oh, we know it all. And I don't know, I feel like people don't appreciate the Virgo energy. And somebody said, I saw someone say the other day that Virgos lie. What? These are devolved. People don't understand. Like, if you study astrology, you'll learn that there is like devolved signs that don't get the lessons, don't work on themselves, don't try to learn through that energy of Virgo, right? Whether it's your sun or your rising. I had to learn that not everybody, you got to let people do what they do, and only step in if you really feel like they need it, or allow people to come to you for guidance, to ask questions. That's how I operate now. Yeah, Scorpio mom. One of my sisters has Scorpio energy. I think she's a Scorpio. I think she's a Scorpio moon. She's an Aries, Scorpio moon, Cancer rising, because her and my man's an Aries, she's an Aries, and they're both Cancer risings. So I'm sorry, it's too much. But she's a Scorpio. She's a Scorpio. Scorpios are intense. They're so intense. Every Scorpio, whether they're a Scorpio rising, moon, sun, they've always been very intense. And then one time I was talking I was talking to this one guy. What do they call it when you have multiple planets in a sign? Celium or Salium, something like that. He had a bunch of Scorpio energy in his chart. And he was like, oh, don't talk about that astrology shit. Don't be trying to, stellium. He had multiple planets in Scorpio. He was the most intense Scorpio I met. And I was kind of crazy about him. I was. That intense energy got me, but I don't know. He kind of was a disappointment. Like I was saying earlier, people, and he didn't believe in that shit. And then maybe if he would, respect the science and the systems, ancient knowledge and systems, then maybe he could have got it together. But he was like one of those that were like, oh, don't try to blame your personality. And like, yes, I get that. I'm not going to blame it because I'm a Virgo. But, you know what I mean? Like, yes, people's life, you have choice, and people's life trauma affects their character and their personality. You know what I mean? But still, this is not something that is new. It's not new age. This is not new. This is ancient. Okay? And it's been proven to be accurate, correct. And when you study, when you go deep into astrology, you learn that not every Scorpio is the same. Not every Virgo is the same, because these energies are affecting us, right? And we are navigating these energies, and through that navigation, we are choosing. We're making choices, and those choices affect us, right? And so, yes, your choices are a part of how your character and your personality begins to shift and mold, and but that Virgo energy is always moving through your life, always moving through my life. I've been tapping into my Sagittarius a lot more over these years of building the coven and getting into teaching and stuff, sharing my knowledge of higher knowledge. I love being Scorpio. I feel like Scorpio, I'm not Scorpio, Sagittarius energy. I feel like Sagittarius is some of my wacky, like when I want to do like crazy shit, crazy patterns, that's my Sag energy coming out. We are intense. Thank you. Thank goodness I'm a Cancer moon. Yeah, Scorpios. She's Scorpio rising. Yeah, Scorpios are intense. They're not bad, but I don't think they're bad. I like Scorpios. If I had to choose a sign that I really don't like. Let me see. I don't know. Aries really rubbed me the wrong way. My man's an Aries. You know, it could be Aries, but Pisces, Aquarius men, not necessarily Aquarius women, because all the Aquarius women that I have met are really cool girls. Aquarius men are weird. And they're annoying. It's weird. I have a love and hate relationship with Aquarius men because they're really cool. You know what I mean? Like, they're weird. And I like that. I like weirdo. But they're too detached, you know? Once an Aquarius detaches from you emotionally, it's really hard to get that back. I don't know. They're weird. Aquarius. Whew, those placements. No, Virgos are literally the epitome of human. We are the only sign that yeah. We're just trying to help the human race because we understand. You know what I mean? But I had to learn that. And then another lesson of Virgo is like learning to chill, learning to relax. We not new to this. We true to this. Yeah, it's ancient. Ancient, you know? Yeah, the men in Aquarius are weird, but they're interesting. I don't know. John, I talk about him sometimes, my high school sweetheart. He's Aquarius. I don't know what other his placements are because I wasn't into astrology when I really knew him back then. But he was such a sweetheart, you know. He was a real like lovey-dovey, romantic, in love. He probably had some, I don't know, Cancer energy in him, you know. Leo. I don't like Leo men. I don't. I really don't. I don't like Leo men. I think it's not like I don't like them. They're just kind of irritating, you know? Brianna! I've been on here chatting with you guys for a long time. Yeah, Leo men, I don't know. I don't think I hate them. I think they just get on my nerves. You know what I mean? I think they just get on my nerves because I really do like confidence. I really like a confidence, confident Leo is a Leo. Yeah, it's the self-absorbed, like big ego. Like I like that kind of. I think I liked it more when I was younger, you know? It's too much. My best friend, she a Leo. She a Leo. I got enough Leo in my life because of her. She's a lot. She's a lot. They never keep a job. What? They never keep a job. Let me see. Yeah, he was all. I only knew one Leo man, and he was one of my puppy loves. My puppy love. Jonathan Harlow. Ooh. I kind of want to make a series about all the men that I've had to experience. But anyways, I don't know how that would go. Because they all have taught me stuff, you know? They all have taught me stuff. But he was intense. But we were young. We were really young. Thank you. My bestie gave me this color too, which I'm gonna have to go and find. She didn't like this color, and then when I told her that she liked it, when I told her I liked it, I was loving it. She's like, I need to go get some more. What's the name? This is it's NYX, and it's called Magic Maker. Give us give us a tutorial, and your hair reminds me of a freakum dress. Oh, I've never seen that video. I've never seen that. But I'm really feeling the curly wigs this summer. Okay. And I'm gonna repurchase her. Her name is Dominica from Outtray. Me and Brianna, we be talking wigs in the coven. This is her though. I had her for a while, and then I detangled her. One of the rules, she's kind of looking, she's okay. The more that it gets kind of like, the more natural it looks. But I detangled her. I was surprised. She detangles well, this wig. Dominica by Outtray in the color cream soda or soda cream soda. It's such a pretty pretty blonde. But I'm with the wigs, like just put it on and go this summer. And like some bangs. I got 2 other wigs that are curly. But I think I'm gonna repurchase her if I can't detangle her again. I'm really liking her, and I like that I cut her short. It's really giving like how my actual natural hair is back in high school. It's giving very much that. This is how I looked back in high school. Except I had like burgundy purple hair, purple curls. I was really thinking that, yeah. I was trying to think of what it reminded me of. I love it. Yeah, I don't know. I need to see that video. But she's long too. She comes down to like here. But I cut her because it's too much. Too much. But I cut her, and I don't know. I really like her though. And I was trying to do the viral blush, like a lot of pink blush under the eyes. I think it's Makeup by Esther viral blush look. And my bestie gave me all these different blushes that she didn't like. And I was like, bitch, what do you think this is gonna look good on me? Because we're both kind of fair, we're both kind of fair skin. Yeah, I wanted to kind of go like baby doll for some reason today. I don't know why. I was like really wanting to try out this blush look, and I wanted to do freckles too. So I might get a freckle pen. Might get obsessed about that. I might get obsessive. Make it archetypal. High school sweetheart was named Maruz, and he was an Aquarius. Please stop. Jonathan Harlow took my virginity. Like, I'm gonna do a series. I wanted to like really I wanted to do a series like that. Just something fun, sexual, get sexual. Sorry, I shouldn't be talking too much, but they're gonna cut me off. But I really wanted to do something like that. Like a series. I don't know, just a share series about all the men that I interacted with and what I learned from them, and like how I experienced their energy. Jonathan Harlow was my first. He was my first. My puppy love. Yeah, he was a Leo. He was so intense about me. He was. We were both intense about each other. We were young though. We were very young. And yeah, Jonathan was white. Jonathan was a white boy. He was white. And then John was Mexican. And the other day I was talking to Victoria, my best friend, and I was like telling her, calling John my Latin lover. I was like, is that racist? That might be racist. I don't know. But I was saying that because he was like the best kisser that I ever had. He was a good kisser. And back in the day, we used to call it macking it. We're like, why did we call it that? We called it macking it. Anyways, they so boring. John was an Aquarius. Jonathan. See, I had Jonathan Harlow. And John was also a Jonathan, but we just called him John or Johnny Boy. But Jonathan was white. John was Mexican, very much into his Aztec culture. Okay. And then after John, there was Christian, my crazy hippie, black hippie dude. Oh my God. He still be hitting me up. I be like, Christian, leave me the fuck alone. He was black. And that's when I first got big for the first time. And I was like, whoa, this is a whole other ball game. Whole other ball game. But it was lame though. But I'm gonna say that maybe for the series here. And then after Christian, I'm going down all the men. Let me see, Christian. Cause then I would go back to old guys that because after Christian I went back to John. I was with John for a long time. And then we broke up. Oh no, then we broke up. And then I had Irving and he was Costa Rican. Okay. Yeah, that was the first time I got a first big black. I was like, dang, what the fuck? And he knew how to. But he was older. Honestly, he shouldn't have been dating me. He shouldn't have been dating me. I mean, we were both of age, adult age, but he was older than me. And I feel like he was kind of taking advantage of me being young. But I was with him. I wanted to be with his ass. But, I was like, dang, what? This is crazy. But then I ended up going back with John and I went with Irving. Irving was such a weird situation. He was a Pisces. Irving was Costa Rican and he was a Pisces, I think. Yeah, I think he was Pisces, yeah. And he wasn't, was he a March Pisces? Because yeah, it does, it's different. The signs change with the months, definitely. And I feel like I'm on the cusp because I'm the very last day of August. So I kind of have both of that August and September kind of energy. But he was a Pisces and Irving was really weird. It was weird dating him. I fell in love with his family though. I stayed with him because of his family. And then after him, I was with some other guy. That was a one-night stand. That was my one and only one-night stand. And it was with the guy that I knew, and that was not good. It was a horrible experience. Horrible. Pencil. Okay. I'm gonna just say pencil. Oh my God, Brianna. Yeah, Feb and March Pisces. And I think that's with all the signs. But yeah. And then after that, I got with my baby daddy. Whew, and I don't know what it was. but I was hooked. And he was really the first that I had unprotected sex with and got pregnant. And again, another, and then he's black. Of course, my baby daddy's black. And I was like, damn it. Like, once I got him, I could not go back. You know what I mean? I was like, dang, it's not just like black is where it's at. Like, I need it. And so after him, we kind of broke up for a little bit, and I got Aiden, who was also black, but he was a light skin, Brianna. He was a light skin. We was two light skins together. We were two light skins. I shouldn't be talking about this. I really shouldn't, but I really I was a writer. I was a writer for Aiden. Remember I told you like I knew Aiden? Oh, you know. But yeah, it was good. That was kind of like he was kind of messy. I gotta leave it for the stories. I gotta leave it for the stories, but that's really it. There was nobody really after that. And then I went back to my baby daddy. His girl chat, yeah. My girl chat, you know. I don't really regret anybody that I was with except the one night stand. And he was like telling everybody he got me. I was just like, no, you're embarrassing. And he was like trying to do it again. I was like, no. He was trying to make it a regular thing. And I was like, no. No. No, sir. Smallest I've ever had. And it was on the beach. It was crazy. It was like a crazy drunk night with my girl Connie. I miss her. And we ended up like on the beach. And he was a Leo. He was another Leo. He was a Leo. His name was Bryant. And he was Mexican. You know, I'm from Long Beach, so you know, we roll with the Mexicans over there. And he was very cute. I thought it was gonna be good, but it was nasty, it was sandy, and it just wasn't my cup of tea. You know what I mean? Very skinny ass dick. And then he went like he wanted, you know, and then he was telling everybody, you know, all the ex-boyfriends hating, you know. He was just so happy to tell everybody. Oh, like, dude, you're embarrassing. And then want some more, they were where they do that at. It's like, but Irving, the Costa Rican, he had this really cool old school car. I was like really attracted to because of his allure. He had glamour. Like he was so mysterious. Like he was a Pisces, you know, man. So he's kind of like was like shy, I guess. He was kind of like shy. And he had like this really old school car. And he would like, I don't know. I was like just attracted to him because he was mysterious. He actually really looked like a model. I feel like that nigga could have modeled. He had like a shaved head and he had like really nice skin. He looked good, but his personality was whack. And the dick was not memorable. It wasn't memorable. It wasn't good. I stayed in that relationship because I really loved his family. Like I didn't have you know, we've been talking about dysfunctional families and the coven and stuff. Like that was where I really learned how I wanted to be a mother. You know, like how I am with my kids is because of Irving's sister. You know, his sister, she taught me how to cook. You know, she just the way she was with her kids, like, and how they treated me, like his mom treated me like I was his daughter. Like they were just so family oriented. That's what I love about, I'm not saying like black people are not like that, but I see a lot of that in the Mexican culture, Hispanic culture. Like they're just so family oriented and very close. And I just learned how to be that in my own life and family and kids. I discovered my love for cooking because of that, you know, and I just wanted to be very family oriented. And like I remember when we broke up, his dad was like crying, like we were crying, hugging each other when I left because I lived with him for a little bit. Anyways, I'm just like telling you guys all my business. What time is it? I gotta go eat. I haven't even ate dinner. Let's see. Would it be redundant if I bought another 2 for 1? This last one was calm because we were touching base on a lot of like, we were touching base on kind of like serious shit. You got me in my serious shit, you know? You got me in my serious shit, you know? We were talking about some serious stuff before we got to them, you know? This and I really like talking about the serious stuff. I really like talking about, you know, the serious stuff. Social media is such a beast. I've been trying to just like relax into it and not be so pressured, you know. And I've really like went through the stages of social media. Like I'm gonna be 38 this year, guys. I'm gonna be 38. So I've seen like the beginning of social media and I've seen it like evolve and it's just turning into such a monster, you know? Um and it's just weird. It's also kind of weird having a spiritual business too, it's kind of weird. But I want to be like I want to bring more spirituality stuff to the channel. But I was like, maybe should I make another channel just for spiritual shit? I don't know. Or should I keep everything here? I don't like having multiple stuff, but some people do that. Some people make multiple channels, even if it's for the same type of shit. Like I know some tarot girlies, they have like several channels and they all do tarot on it. Thank you. Because I'm young in spirit, and I'm just, I don't know. I don't really be thinking about my age. I'm a Virgo, so I take care of myself. I know. I get that a lot. My man looks young too. Like we look young. We were like in Walmart this one day and this person was like, "Did you adopt?" They're like talking about my son. Like, "Did you adopt him? Did you guys adopt him?" I was like, "What? What kind of question is that?" You guys look way too young to have a big kid because my kid is 15. He's gonna be 15, my oldest. And he always wants to hang out with me. I'm so happy. Like I was it Brianna? See, I think it was Brianna. I think it was Brianna was talking about, yeah, I think it was Brianna. I was talking about how, my phone, put my charger in. I'll say this real quick. Yeah, it was me. I was like talking about my son and how he's so, um, you know, he is like, and my man was trying to tell me like, because when he was young, like around 9, and you know, he was like kind of pushing me away, as a like, yeah, the boy mom. I was just like, I was crying, y'all. I was like, I don't understand, and my man was like trying to tell me like it's gonna be okay, like he's gonna come back. This is how it is. This is how boys are, and like he's gonna come back to you, and you guys are gonna be close again. And I was just like, okay. I just want my baby. Because my boy was like a mama's boy. We were besties. Like, I had him young. Okay. And so we kind of like grew up. Like, he's like my best friend. And I was just heartbroken. I was just like, because I felt like he didn't want to hug. He didn't want to, like, he was just like kind of distant, like just weird. Like at a certain age, boys, their personalities change. And I was like so sad. And my man was like, don't worry, he's going to come back to you. This is how it is. We'll just wait until he's like 15, 16 years. I was like, I got to wait that long? I want my baby now. But now he's like, right now before I came in here, he was like, Mom, you don't want to play? You don't want to play Zelda? Like, he wants to hang out with me and stuff again. He wants to hang out with me again. I'm just like, baby. We're reading books together and stuff again, like how we used to. We're about to read Project Hail Mary. He's about to read it for school. He's reading Red Rising. We read Red Rising. I had him read Kindred. I homeschool my babies, so we get to read what we like. Well, fun things, important things. So I had him read Kindred. He really liked Kindred. Yeah, I need to go eat, guys. I'm just so happy my baby wants to hang out with me again. All right. My phone is about to die, and this charger's, for some reason, it's not working. So I love you guys. I'm going to sign out. Thank you for doing the ritual, having girl chat. I'm so happy that we got to hang out. I needed this. I needed to just sit back and chat with you guys. So thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to go finally eat my food at 9:09. It's too late. But I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.